The first problem wants you to subtract 1 1/4 minus 1/3. Now before I do anything else, I want to look and see what I have to do about my denominators. My denominators are different, so that means I have to first make them as the same. So I'm going to skip count by my 4 and my 3 to find out what they both have in common. And I can tell that they both have the number 12 in common, so I'm going to change these to 12ths. So to change a 4 to 12, I have to multiply by 1, 2, 3. Remember, whatever I do to my denominator, I have to do to my numerator. So my new number here is still 1. My 1 whole didn't change, but instead of 1/4, I now have 3 twelfths. Minus, now my third, I have to change to 12ths. So I'm going to multiply by 1, 2, 3, 4. So write times 4 times 4 to get an answer of 4 twelfths. Now that I have the same denominator, I can subtract. But right away I notice that I can't do 3 twelfths minus 4 twelfths. Remember, if this first fraction is smaller, that's when I know I need to draw a picture. So I'm going to start by drawing a picture of my first number. So I have 1 whole and 3 twelfths. So to make the 3 twelfths, I have to break the second fraction bar into 12 equal pieces. So I'm going to color in 1 whole and then 3 twelfths. Now I need to cross off 4 twelfths, but I only have 3 twelfths here to cross off. So that means I need to make more twelfths. So I'm going to go back to my 1 whole and break that now into 12 equal pieces. Now I can go ahead and subtract the 4 twelfths. So I'm going to cross out 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I look, whatever's left is my answer. So my answer is going to be that I have 11 out of 12 pieces colored in. I'm going to start the same way for this problem. As soon as I see my denominators aren't the same, I need to skip count to figure out how I can make my denominators the same. So I'm going to make them both into 15ths. So to make a 5 into a 15, I have to multiply by 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do times 3 times 3. Remember, my 1 stays the same, but my fraction is now 3/15ths. Minus, to make that 3 into a 15, I have to multiply by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would do times 5 times 5, and my new fraction is 5/15ths. Now right away you're going to notice I can't do 3/15ths minus 5/15ths, so this is my clue that I should be drawing a picture to help. So I'm going to draw my first number, the 1 whole and 3/15ths. So that means that I have to break this fraction bar into 15 equal pieces. And now I can color in my 1 whole, would be this entire fraction bar, and then 3/15ths. Now, looking at my problem, I have my 1 and 3/15ths. I need to take away 5/15ths. So I'm going to go back in and cross out 5/15ths, but I only have 3 to take away. That means that I need to start breaking my other bar into 15 pieces. So now I can take away 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which gives me an answer of 13 out of 15. Again, right away I notice my denominators are different, so I need to skip count. But I'm just going to skip count by 2's, because if I skip count by 2's, I'm going to see that I'm going to get to 8. So I only need to change one number this time. This is going to stay exactly the same. It's still going to be 1 and 3/8. I'm just going to have to change my half by multiplying by 4 to make this 4/8. Now I can subtract, but like with the other ones, I notice that this fraction is smaller than this fraction. I can't do 3/8 minus 4/8 without taking away from this 1. So I'm going to draw a picture to help me. So I'm going to start with what I start with, the 1 3/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. And I'm going to color in my 1 whole and then my 3/8. Now when I go to take away 4/8, I notice right away that I don't have enough pieces, so I need to break my other bar into 8 pieces. Now I can take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get an answer of 7/8. The same thing here, my denominators are not the same, so I need to skip count. To see that they both have 10 in common. Now I'm going to change them so that I have 1 4/10 minus 5/10. Again, I see right away that this fraction is smaller than this, so I know I'm going to have to take something from this 1 whole, so I'm going to draw my picture. Break my piece into 10. Color in 1 whole and 4/10. Now when I go to cross out 5, I notice I'm going to need more pieces, so I break my 1 whole into 10 pieces. Now I can cross out 5 to get an answer of 9/10. Some of you may be noticing that every single time we're taking 1 whole and we're breaking it into pieces. Another way you can think about this is if you have 1 4/10, I could rewrite this 1 as 10/10 because 1 whole is 10 pieces colored in out of 10. So I have 10 out of 10 here and 4/10, so it's almost like I have 14/10. Because if I look at my picture, there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14/10. Then I can subtract away 5/10. Now I wouldn't need to draw a picture if I could do all of this in my head because I would get my answer of 9/10 because you can subtract 14 minus 5. This is another way of doing it. If you can see how to change that whole number into a fraction, you're more than welcome to try this way as well. I'm going to show you the strategy I just did on this next problem. First things first, I need to skip count to find the same denominator. And now I'm going to change my fractions. Again, right away I notice that I can't do 6/21 minus 7/21. So instead of drawing a picture, let's try this. I know that that 1 whole would be 21 out of 21 because I'd have to break it into 21 pieces since that's my common denominator. So I'd have, if I had a picture, 21 out of 21 colored in, plus I'd also have the 6 out of 21 colored in, which would be 27 out of 21. Now I could subtract the 7 out of 21 that I originally started with to get an answer of 20 out of 21. Today when you work, you can solve using either method. If the pictures work better for you, use the pictures. But if you want to try seeing if you can make this change, you're more than welcome to try that strategy too. On this one, again, I have to change my denominators. So I'm going to multiply this by 5 to get 1 10/15 minus 9/15. Now make sure you stop and look at this because right away, let's take a look at our fractions. I have 10/15 minus 9/15. I can subtract that. I don't need to regroup. I don't need to draw a picture. So my answer would be 1 whole, and then 10/15 minus 9/15 is 1 out of 15.